Blackstone Audiobooks presents
Burger's Daughter by Nadine Gordimer. Part 1. Among the group of people waiting at the fortress was a schoolgirl in a brown and yellow uniform holding a green eiderdown quilt and, by the loop at its neck, a red hot water bottle. Certain buses used to pass that way then, and passengers looking out will have noticed a schoolgirl. Imagine! A schoolgirl! She must have somebody inside. Who are all those people, anyway? Even from the top of a bus, lurching on past as the lights go green, the group would not have looked like the usual prison visitors, passive and self-effacing about the slope of municipal grass. The schoolgirl stood neither in the first rank before the prison doors nor hung back. There were several young men in roll-neck sweaters and veldschuhen, men in business suits worn absently as an outer skin, an old man with a thrust-back head of white floss, women burrowed down into slacks and duffel coats, one in a long skirt and crocheted shawl, two in elegant tweed suits, with gold jewellery and sunglasses worn not as a disguise, but as an assertion of indifference to attention. All were drawn up before the doors, invaders rather than supplicants. All had parcels and carriers. The voices of the women were clear and forceful in the public place. The white-haired man put his arms on the shoulders of two young men in private discussion. A tall blonde woman moved within the group with chivying determination. She it was who borrowed the old man's horn-headed cane to knock on the door when 3 o'clock passed and they were still standing there. As there was no response, she took off her high-heeled sandal and hammered away with that in the other hand as well. No one was in a mood to laugh, but there was a surge of movement and voices in approval. The schoolgirl pressed forward with the rest, turning her head with the bold encouragement with which glances were linking everyone. A small, slotted door within the great double ones opened on eyes under a peaked cap. The blonde woman's face was so close against the door that the warder drew back and in an instant reasserted himself, but as a fairground gun meets its pop-up target, she had him. "I demand to speak to the commandant. We were told we could bring clothing for the detainees between 3 and 4. We've been standing here 25 minutes. Most of us have got jobs to go back to." There was an argument. A man with a briefcase arrived, and the group quickly tunnelled him to the fore. He was allowed in through another door within the great portal, and then, one by one, the men and women handed over their burdens through this doorway, blotted dark by the shapes of warders. The schoolgirl was urged on, given way to by others. Lionel Burger's daughter was among them that day, 14 years old.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?